Today's teaching is on vision, how to understand them, and how to integrate them into your life. I will also discuss the use of hallucinogenics to induce a vision or epiphany. Lastly, a guided meditation to receive a message or vision. Hi, I'm Yellow Hand Spirit Woman. I've been a practicing shaman for over 30 years and have been blessed with learning from traditional Indigenous healers and seers throughout the United States. The reason for these teachings is to provide tools for your spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical well-being to move through this world and its struggles with knowing, awareness, love, and ease. Each teaching has required me to go deep within myself and reach to the Creator for further understanding. This is a creative process that takes time to percolate, and then I am ready to express my gained wisdom and inner knowing into words. This process takes time. Therefore, the teachings are shared around every 6 weeks. I look forward to sharing my energy and knowledge. If you are learning and enjoying this content, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. In order for me to grow and reach a larger audience, your support is vital. All right, let's get on with it. The 8th sacred Indigenous teaching is about visions. Okay, let's get some definitions out of the way. What is a vision? A vision is something seen in a dream, trance, or religious ecstasy, especially a supernatural appearance that usually conveys a revelation. Religious ecstasy is a type of altered state of consciousness characterized by greatly reduced external awareness and reportedly expanded interior mental and spiritual awareness, frequently accompanied by visions and emotional and sometimes physical euphoria. Visions generally have more clarity than dreams. Visions are known to emerge from spiritual traditions and could provide a lens into human nature and reality. Prophecy is associated with visions. An epiphany is an experience of a sudden and striking realization. Generally, the term is used to describe a scientific breakthrough or a religious or philosophical discovery. But it can apply in any situation in which an enlightening realization allows a problem or situation to be understood from a new and deeper perspective. Extrasensory perception, also known as a sixth sense, is a claimed paranormal ability pertaining to reception of information not gained through the recognized physical senses. Second sight is a form of extrasensory perception, whereby a person perceives information in the form of a vision about future events before they happen, precognition, or things or events at remote locations, remote viewing. A vision requires the use of our senses. You may smell something that triggers an inner response or knowing, inner sight like a video screen in your third eye, or getting an automatic download. In order to actively create a vision, firstly is to set your attention. Create space and open yourself up. Enter an altered state. Quiet the mind. Prayers for gratitude, protection from negative energies, and expect only the highest and the best for yourself and others. Visions can be induced by deep meditation, fasting, the use of psychedelics, entering an altered state, or simply entering a trance state while performing a repetitive action, such as cleaning the house, exercise, painting, knitting, etc. Fasting increases the ability to receive a vision. Visions can be induced, but also come on their own time, when Spirit sends you a message or an insight. Psychedelics have been used in vision quests and ceremonies within Indigenous cultures since millennia. Recently, the use of ayahuasca and magic mushrooms has become more mainstream. Microdosing mushrooms. Any plant medicine that induces visions is considered to have a spirit. Prayer and intention is vital to ensure a life-giving and expansive experience. Ayahuasca is very potent and must be used with care. preferably an Indigenous practitioner, a shaman. There are some retreats that offer this ritual, but are not knowledgeable enough to hold space for a participant that is having a bad reaction, a bad trip. Shamans are able to see ahead of time if an individual is healthy enough to proceed with the ceremony. If the shaman sees an individual who is carrying too much trauma, they will work with them individually. These experiences are life-changing and enlightening for the participant. Great healing takes place when a plant medicine shines the light on who you authentically are, healing the deepest part of your body, mind, spirit. Many people experience a letting go of depression and sadness. Any visions experienced will be more visual and sensory, increasing the joy and understanding of what the plant medicine is sharing with you. I often think of the cautionary tale in the child's movie, The Indian in the Cupboard.
You should not do magic you do not understand.
Use caution. Always pray over the plant medicine. Pray for you to receive the highest and the best visions or epiphanies. Ensure your environment is calm and peaceful, preferably outside in nature. Only allow people in your space if they are providing love and support. Indigenous Vision Quest traditions. Some reasons for undertaking a quest: to gain courage for a difficult ordeal, to seek favor from the spirits in regards to ill health of a loved one or yourself, to find direction in one's life, to give thanks for the gifts already received. Those who seek out a vision are aware of their powerless position for the mystery of the Great Spirit. The seeker must first seek assistance from the guide of a medicine man. Both must be purified, physically, mentally, and emotionally, before they begin their journey. The location chosen for this quest is elevated and deliberately removed from ordinary life. Abstinence from food and water through the duration of the quest emphasizes the seeker's fully purified body, mind, and spirit. Indigenous Vision Quest relates to strong community ties and to the individual visionary experience. It was expected to announce that one's visions to people of the tribe. Many visions held distinct patterns in accordance with symbols and stories of the nation or tribe. Visions were often interpreted with the help of others, such as the medicine man. Particular images or messages relayed in a vision could be interpreted as an invitation into a specific society or role within the nation or tribe, such as being elevated to shaman status. Gifts from the spirits were never meant to be solely for the recipient. Wisdom was shared with the larger community. The framework of a vision depends on the liminal state of consciousness from fasting and fatigue. Though unique visions of prophetic quality cannot be rationally explained, many interpretations are culturally shaped by the nation or the tribe's history, folklore, and spiritual understanding of reality. Guardian spirits encountered during vision quests are understood as sacred messengers, communicators, and symbols of divine power. A vision provides undisputed feeling of truth for the perceiver. Therefore, they must follow the directions given to them. A successful vision seeker gains both direction and power for life. Each person within the tribe has the opportunity to approach the supernatural for power that can help the community. Visions transform the seeker's self-knowledge. The content of a vision is characterized by knowledge of a kind that humans did not possess before and would not be able to obtain by their own effort. Images seen by the inner eye of the individual are understood as a glimpse into the unseen realm that is governed by the Creator. The eighth sacred Indigenous teaching. The spiritual dimension of human development has four related capacities. The first capacity is to have and respond to dreams, visions, ideals, and spiritual teachings. to hold what you have learned and to integrate it into your life, and then openly share it. The original epiphany is exhilarating, but integrating it is where the true work lies. I can say we are all one, and intellectually our mind will grasp the concept. But to truly know and respond to others as we are all one is another matter. This is our life work. Synchronicities are the Creator's gentle urging towards our truth and following our true self. Subtle reminders. A vision quest is not necessary to know who you really are. We already know. We just need to remember. Acting on who you are brings you joy. Living outside of who you are brings pain, anxiety, and unrest. If you take the time to listen, your answers will come. Many of us pray to the Creator, but who spends the time to listen? You've probably all heard a joke about the man sitting on his rooftop because the entire area has flooded. And he's sitting on his rooftop and it's pouring raining and he's wet and miserable. I'm praying to God and I know that God is going to perform a miracle and just lift me right off of this rooftop. So he sits and he waits. He sees a man in a rowboat and he rows up to him and he's like, come on, jump on. And the guy goes, no, I'm waiting for God. God's going to send a miracle. Guy goes, okay, you sure? He rows off. And a little bit of time goes by, and all of a sudden he sees a guy in a paddleboard, and he's trying to help out, and he paddles over to this rooftop, and come on, buddy. And sure enough, he says, no, thank you so much, but I'm waiting for God. Eventually he drowns and he lands in the pearly gates and he walks into heaven. There's the Creator standing there and he's just shaking his head. This poor man walks up to him and he says, God, I was praying for you. I was praying for a miracle. Why didn't you help me? And God just chuckles and says, well, I sent you a rowboat, a paddleboard, and other means of saving you, and you just kept saying no, so I don't know what to tell you. Here you are. It's about praying and the need to listen and also realizing that the Creator works through people as well. Why did I have a vision and a warning for a neighbor that I didn't even know? Well, I will tell you. Once again, I was vacuuming and cleaning the house, and that's when I get many of my visions and downloads. In my mind's eye, I saw my neighbor outside in the parking lot arguing with the father of his girlfriend. Getting really heated, and they were pushing, and then I saw the police come, and I saw him getting arrested. Now, I wondered why I would receive any information concerning someone who I didn't even know. And I thought it was odd, but I spoke to my daughter and I told her what I saw. And I said, maybe you should go knock on the door and tell him and just give him a warning to really be careful and to not get in any trouble and definitely don't get into any fights. My daughter told him. He just laughed it off and thought it was foo-foo and funny. The next day I'm at work and I get a call and from my daughter. And what I found out was, yes, he was downstairs and he was arguing with his father-in-law and they're pushing and shoving and the police came and, well, he had a warrant out for his arrest. So he got arrested. When he heard the police, he went running upstairs and he went running into my apartment. That was where he was actually arrested. Sometimes we don't really know why this information comes in, but for me, I wasn't really keen on someone getting arrested in my apartment. When he got out of jail, he was not the same man. Prison had done to him what prison does to people and made him shadier and a bit scary. But I asked him, he just looked at me and he said, man, I wish I had listened to you. I just lost 3 years of my life. So really the moral to the story is that, again, we don't always understand why we get the information that we get, but to trust that it should be shared and to just do our best. Capacity is to accept these as a reflection of our unknown or unrealized potential. These visions and dreams are messages to help us balance and guide us towards our potential. Human condition has limited who we think we are and what we are capable of. Inner reflection helps us decide whether or not what we have been told is our truth or not. We should question everything and decide if it is our truth. An example is what society deems successful. Who's deciding this? You or what you've been told? I have met many rich people on my path, and I have yet to meet someone who is happy. I do believe you can have both, but your true inner self must first be a priority. Another example is you must work hard to achieve success. I believe in showing up and being present, but not working so hard that by the time I retire, I am tired, sick, and unhealthy. Too sick to enjoy my retirement. The happiest people in the world live on a small island and have little material goods. They are happy, relaxed, and have little turmoil. They believe in relationships and love as the first priority in their lives. You have an inner guidance system that steers you in the right direction. Again, take the time to listen. My husband was a workaholic who never enjoyed his successes, have energy left for his family. And I had often wondered why he couldn't stop and take the time to enjoy his family. I was laying on my bed, meditating, and all of a sudden I had a vision. And in the vision, my husband was a young boy. He was about probably 9. And his brothers and sisters and cousins, they were all playing on a tree house and running up and down and drinking Kool-Aid and giggling and laughing. And he just wanted to come and play with them. And he started walking over and climbing up the tree to get to the tree house. And his dad came out and grabbed him by the shoulder and said, "What are you doing? You don't have time to play. You need to be a pillar of our community. You have to work at this. I need you to be successful." Then I understood why my husband was not able to play and enjoy himself. And integrating the epiphany into your life is where the real hard work begins. He was not able to integrate what I had told him, and he continued to work himself to death. Anytime you have a vision or an epiphany or any kind of, information that is for someone else, you really need to sit and think about it. Is it life-giving? Is it adding to that person's life? Is it going to create more ease? Sometimes we can have a vision and it's not very pleasant, and we really don't want to relay that to the person. So what I have done in those situations is I just get quiet and I say, okay, this is too harsh to deliver to them, but what can I do to prepare them? And what information can I give them, again, to prepare them for what is coming and give them the tools that they need to give information to others from a loving and high place. The third capacity is to express these visions using symbols in speech, art, or mathematics, to have the ability to express your learning and knowledge and to learn from others' truth. Part of maturing in your insights and knowledge is being able to express your truth in a way that resonates with who you are. Sharing who you are and your gifts in an honest, forthcoming, uncensored way. When my daughter was in 6th grade, she wanted to go to a high school football game. There was already a little bit of tension here. Things hadn't been going well at home. She was just in a angry, negative state of mind. She really wanted to go to this game and have some fun. I knew something bad was going to happen. It wasn't even 20 minutes, and I got a call from my daughter. What she explained to me was that her and a group of her friends, they were bullied by a whole bunch of jocks and just people that didn't really care for the goth scene. And they picked on a young girl who weighed maybe 80 pounds wet. and they held my daughter back so that she couldn't stop them from beating up this little girl. Fortunately, some adults came by and it was stopped, so it didn't go any further. I raced to the school and I picked her up and she was crying. And I just looked at her. You can relay information, but that doesn't mean that that person is ready to receive it. I was paying attention and I did the best that I could. We talked it through that evening and she realized that being in tune with how she was feeling and just what she was creating around her was a good tool to have. The fourth capacity is to take this newly gained wisdom through integrating your visions and directing it in a way to make it a reality, moving thought into the physical. It starts with an unrealized feeling or incomplete thought, and eventually it progresses into fruition. You can hold it in your hands. You've integrated it into your life. Is what I saw a vision or just my imagination? Surprise! Visions come to us from our imagination. An example of this is, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but they say there is a fine line between being psychic and psychotic. If you have visions and are psychic, sometimes you just kind of wonder and keep it to yourself. I was in meditation and I left my body and I started astral traveling. And I was flying, and all of a sudden, I was in Africa. And I could, again, feel the air. The air was very dry, and it was kind of, tickling my skin. All of my senses were just taking in this environment. As I'm flying on a savanna, and all of a sudden I zone in, and I can see a herd of elephants. And my eyes and my thoughts went to the matriarch. And in that moment, when I focused my attention on her, all of a sudden I was inside of her and I was a part of her. And I could feel myself stretching and just fitting into her and becoming a part of her. And she sensed me. And I asked her, I said, is this okay? And I immediately could feel that she gave me permission and experience whatever it was that Spirit and the elephant matriarch wanted to share with me. And it was just absolutely amazing. Their pads on their feet are so large. And when they're walking, they just pick up all of this information and energy, and they sense and feel and are definitely connected to Mother Earth. They're sounding just like a dolphin sounds in the water. They have their ability to tune in and sound in with Mother Earth. And it was just absolutely beautiful. And then poof, all of a sudden I'm back home on my bed. And I'm thinking like, wow, that was really cool. But I doubted as to whether it really happened. Is it my imagination? That's pretty out there. So I just kept this one to myself. I used to go to these healing circles, and there was at least 20 healers there, and we would share our gifts with anyone who came in. And I swing open the door to, enter the center of eternal light. I walk in, and one of the very strong psychics, and we were very connected, and we are still in touch to this day. She turned around, and her eyes were just sparkling, and she had a big grin on her face. And she said, so you've been to Africa with the elephants again, have you? I stopped in my tracks. And in that moment, it was very clear to me that yes, this did happen. It wasn't just my imagination. Generally, what I find is that something will come along that will give me confirmation that what I am seeing in my mind's eye is in fact the truth. Also, what I can tell you is when I do get information for someone and I'm resisting telling them, I'll be like, no, I don't know them and I don't really know that. But anyways, I'll feel a push. And it's like this push. Say it, say it, say it, do it. And I argue. I'm like, no. And it's such a strong push that I will take the risk and I will walk up to that person and just start talking to them and find a way to give them the information. Today's meditation is on receiving a vision or a download with your set intention. I want you to get comfortable. Place your feet on the floor or on the ground if possible. Take a slow, deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Do this 2 more times. You are feeling yourself relaxing and your mind is quieting. Breathe. Open your crown chakra just above the head. And sense and allow white healing light to enter from your head. Filling your head with this white light, emptying all mental debris. You focus on the place right behind your eyes, and you sense this light is entering your pineal gland, opening it up, preparing it to receive an insight. Breathe. The white light flows down through your head, into your neck, shoulders, and chest. You sense this energy sinking down deeper into your stomach. Moving down to your hips, legs, and then your feet. You are full of this loving, healing light. Now you are ready to pull Mother Earth up through your feet, legs, hips, stomach, chest, heart, lungs, neck, and then into your head. You sense the grounding Mother Earth energy and Father Spirit energy commingling, offering everything that your body, mind, and spirit need at this time. Breathe. Set an intention for a vision or download to understand yourself better. Focus on this intention. Breathe. Now in your mind's eye, you imagine yourself walking into a forest at sunset. You come upon a sacred fire. You are greeted by your soul family and all spirit helpers. A tall, powerful shaman greets you and asks about your intention. You state your intention, and then you are directed to sit next to the fire. Breathe. Everyone is in silence and in prayer for you, supporting you in any need you have. You look up, the shaman faces you and touches your heart to bring your awareness to where your spirit resides. Breathe. Connect to your heart. He then takes his hand, placing it on your forehead, awakening your third eye. Breathe. You instinctively connect your third eye with your heart to start receiving your message. Shaman and all your spirit helpers are focusing on you and sending you love and light so you can raise your vibration to the place where visions, downloads, and insights reside. You are open and receptive. Breathe. You begin to receive the information needed for your next step in life. You feel all of this love and compassion. You are so at peace. The message is dropped down into your third eye, and it gently moves into your heart. This is a sacred message, and it may take time to understand and unpack. Just hold it in your heart. The shaman returns with burning sage and smudges you with the smoke. He gives you a big smile and congratulates you on a job well done. Breathe and sit in this heightened awareness, enjoying love and comfort, knowing you are ready to move forward with exactly what you need at this time. You can sense that this moment is coming to an end, and you are ready to integrate your newly gained wisdom to be the best you can be. Breathe. You are ready to come back into your body. Move your feet, fingers, roll your head, and when you are ready, open your eyes. You are now ready to move into your day, knowing you are wiser and more capable to be the highest and best version of yourself. Hoichka.